Welcome to Roseville Dermatology. This is basically Obagi New Derm 101, but before we get started, if you saw this week's Try It Tuesday, which was May 12th, I applied the Lucy Lip Plumper, which has Hawaiian white ginger, wasabi in it, to my lips. It's been about 15 minutes now, and I wanted you to compare. If you go look at Tuesday's post versus now, I've got color in my lips. They're a little bit fuller, plumper. Using this twice a day increases the fullness of the lips on a continual basis, and it does bring that blood flow to the area. So if you want to try it, you can add it on to the Obagi order today still for just that $20. All right, getting started. We were going to have a huge Obagi event, but just like with everything else, it's gone virtual right now, which might not be a bad thing because you can share with your friends and family and this post to see if maybe the new derm system might be right for them. You can reference it again for future. I'm going to be going through a consult, basically just like you might be thinking about the Obagi new derm system for yourself. And we're going to base that on your condition. You can take a look in the mirror, see if you have concerns with freckles, discoloration, uneven skin tone, large pore size, elasticity, and also whether or not that bothers you, whether it concerns you, and also if you want to make the commitment and what that entails. I'll run through how to use it, what it does, but first there's two parts to the event that we're doing. The first is buy any 2 Obagi products, get a third one for free, and we are offering free shipping anywhere in the United States. The second one is based on the full new derm system. So let me just run through a couple of ancillary products. We carry all of them, and just a couple so that you might be able to be thinking about adding on something at the buy 2, get 1 free. A couple of our favorite standalone Obagi products are Obagi Hydrate. This is a long-term moisturizer. It's got a shea butter base. After 2 hours, you have 92% skin moisture increase, and after 8 hours, still 52% increase in the skin moisture levels if you hadn't applied it at all. The New Derm Hydrate is what most people like to wear during the morning, but you can wear it morning and night. The Luxe is a heavier, thicker version. Most people like this at night, but again, if you like something thicker, you can use this morning and night. Occasionally, people will want one for the morning, one for the night. So totally up to you if you want to do 2 separate or you're somebody who just likes one and done. The next thing we have is the Elastoderm series. Yes, I said series because not only is there an eye cream, but there is a facial serum now. What I love about this facial serum is I've seen a lot of products that create elastin in the skin, and we can see that in the tests that they do. But this particular one, I've never seen the elastin stand at attention. It creates these chandeliers that go up like springs for a mattress, and they really stand at attention. It's something that really caught my attention when I was going through looking at the studies, and it really creates that snap back in the skin. So if you've been feeling like you are a loose rubber band and you want to be a tight rubber band, this is an addition to any skincare routine you're using. I have not found it have a contraindication for any of the lines that I carry. You just place it first, and it really helps with the snapback in the face, neck, and chest. Along that same lines, Elastoderm. If you're wondering if the Elastoderm eye cream is something that would be appropriate for you, just look in the mirror and give a little pinch underneath the eye. If the eye stays a little bit pinched for a second or two, or maybe even longer, Elastoderm eye cream is for you. You just take a little rice size amount, stipple it underneath the eye and on top of the eye area, and it will really help to create that snap back in the skin. So if your skin stays in place, give the little pinch test, Elastoderm eye cream would be for you. Very popular are 30% L-ascorbic microdermabrasion polish. This does have a little bit of a microdermabrasion feel to it. You leave it on 5 to 15 minutes. I would ease into that because it is very strong and it creates a really healthy, beautiful glow in the skin, helps with pore size. Anybody that I've added this to their routine, they really have told me that people have noticed a difference in how their skin is glowing. I typically use this about 2 times a week, 3 times if I'm having problematic skin, 1 time a week if I've been feeling a little sensitive. All right, so getting into the full new derm system. Sometimes people take a look at the full kit and they think, what is that? Am I going to be able to take the time to use it? Am I going to really need all of these different products? And so I'm here to tell you how to use it and what they are for. They are in numerical order, and they have an AM, PM on each one, or just AM or just PM. So you go down the list. It's morning time. 1 AM, yep, I use it. 2 AM, yep, I use it. 3 AM, yep, I use it. 4 AM, yep, I use it. 5, oh wait, that just says PM. Skip it, go to the next one. You get the point. Also, at nighttime, the blender always mixes. You blend the blender, that's why they call it blender. Blend the blender with your tretinoin or your retinol cream. Not a gel, the viscosities don't mix, but a cream will work. So I like to put a little heart on the tretinoin and a little heart on the blender so that you know that they're married and they like to stay together. So I want to explain to you what each one of these does and why they are important. When you're taking a look at them, you think, well, the clear and the blender look kind of alike. They both have 4% hydroquinone. Why would I need to do multiple steps? Am I being redundant and wasting my time? This is healthy skin versus damaged skin. What these products are doing, obviously the cleanser is easy. If you want a squeaky clean feeling, foaming gel is for you. If you feel a little too tight after you wash sometimes and you don't like that, the gentle cleanser would be the appropriate choice for you. It's still a gel, which is nice, but it doesn't have the same level of saponins in it and surfactants, so it doesn't foam up the same way. It was designed for rosacea patients, really gentle and post-procedure as well. So then we have the number 2. It is not an astringent, so you don't need to scrub your face with a cotton ball. You just put a couple of drops in the hand, press and pat in place. It's just to lower the pH balance so the prescriptions can penetrate. I like to think of it as lowering the force field so the troops can get in. The number 3, which is the clear, that's the first product of hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is naturally occurring in onions, blueberries, potatoes. It's something that has been long studied and we feel is a very effective product in suppressing the excess production of melanin. What the clear does, it has just enough levels of saponins and surfactants to drive to the keratinocyte level, which is like the freckly level. It's also going to reorganize the keratinocytes, giving them more hydration, making them plumper and firmer. So we are addressing just that first layer of skin underneath the stratum corneum. So it's going to suppress the excess production of melanin. We're going to start, what that means is it's going to tell it, don't give me too much pigment. I don't want to have freckles. I want to be pretty. I want to come up. I want to be an even skin tone, and also help the hydration there. Then the number 4, which is the Exfiderm Forte in the kit, is 6% alpha hydroxy, 4% lactic acid. So what that's going to be doing when you're using the Retin-A at night, it tells the skin to push up to the surface. The Exfiderm Forte, you might be a little flaky, peely. It tells it to let go of that sebaceous glue, and so the skin can release and let go. You actually end up being less peely by using this exfoliating product than vice versa. And the lactic acid, it makes the skin super soft. That's one of the things most people notice in the first 4 weeks is how soft their skin becomes. It looks much less dull. It's got a bright, brilliant look and very, very soft. If that is a little strong for you, if you've been feeling like you are somebody who's been sensitive in the past, we do have Exfiderm, which is a 6% phytic acid. Does a very similar thing, not quite as softening, not quite as exfoliating, but it is a great place to start. I had really bad rosacea when I started working here 14 years ago, and the Exfiderm Forte was just a little too strong for me. So I did 6 months on the Exfiderm and then titrated into the Exfiderm Forte, and now I will never be without it again a day in my life. It's one of my favorite products. The number 5, which is used at night, the blender, is also a 4% hydroquinone like the clear, but it has a higher level of driver of those saponins and surfactants. So it's going to drive all the way down to the melanocyte level. Those are more the hormonal larger spots or the deep down damage that is just not able to get to with over-the-counter products. The reason why these are prescriptions is because they can drive to levels of the skin that you can't with over-the-counter products. It actually would be illegal. You can't drive that deep and not go get a prescription indication for it. So you're driving all the way down to the melanocyte level, again, suppressing the excess production of melanin, meaning it's going to correct that overproduction of the dark spots. So you've got, we already talked about the hydrate, that comes in the kit as well. That's number 6, that's your hydration. We used to say with Obagi, tough it out. We don't want to add that moisture on there. We don't want to trap everything back on. And then we noticed people were just going to use a moisturizer anyway. So one was created that is non-occlusive. So not all moisturizers are created equal. The hydrate lets you continue to push and get the dead skin off while continuing to hydrate as well. And then followed by sunscreen, of course, with the SPF 50. And then I really recommend adding on to any Obagi purchase the Colorscience SPF 50 brush on sunscreen. This has Enviroscreen in it. It's going to help keep your antioxidants boosted with a 200% increase in effectiveness. It also is heat resistant, so you leave this in your car, you leave it in your purse, you reapply all throughout the day whenever you feel the heat, or about every 80 minutes. Using the Nuderm system is like exercising, and not using sunscreen is like going right out and going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You really want to be reapplying that sunscreen if you want to make any progress with correcting your pigment. So we've got at night, the blender, you're also blending with the Retin-A. That's going to pull the Retin-A even deeper. Retin-A is going to turn the cells over on a 6-week basis. When we're younger, we turn over every 6 weeks. As we get older, we turn over every 8, 10, 12 weeks, and that creates these blankets of the dead, dull, dry skin on top. So we wash, we tone to lower the pH. The number 3 helps to give the hydration, reorganize the keratinocytes, suppress the brown spots. We've got the 4 that's telling the skin to let go of those blankets, that we want to be a nice tight sheet. You've got the number 5 that's driving even deeper with the Retin-A for the cell turnover and also to take care of the brown spots at the deep level. Then you have your moisture and your sunscreen and reapplication. One product that I do love so much that we are going to offer in this special. The special is by the full Nuderm kit, and you will get 25% off. Also, you will get the Obagi C Clarifying Serum for free. What I love about the clarifying serum, it's 10% L-ascorbic acid, which, by the way, not all vitamin C's are created equal. You can't just go to a health food store and pick whatever off the shelf. Your skin does not have a digestive system. It needs to be L-ascorbic acid. They're very tricky out there. They like to make things look similar. So L-ascorbic acid or tetrahexadecyl ascorbate. Those are the 2 bioavailable vitamin C's for the skin. This has the L-ascorbic acid in it, as well as the 4% hydroquinone. So you're getting the suppression of the dark spots. You're getting infrared protection, which is the damage that comes from the visible light that sunscreen doesn't do the best job at protecting. Some of them do a great job. Colorscience does a great job at IR protection, but this is going to be even better for the IR protection as well as the sunscreen. And then what I like to do is use this in the morning instead of the number 3, so only clear at night, and this in the morning, and that way it makes the kit last about 4 to 5 months. So this is coming free with the Nuderm system, and then I recommend, and you'll get 20% off, adding on a Colorscience sunscreen brush. So that takes about 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night to do. There's nothing else. You can't get on a treadmill for 2 minutes morning and night and have it do more to your appearance than using the Nuderm system. It is one of my favorite transformation systems overall. And then if you're dealing with pigment and elasticity, it is my favorite as far as pigmentation goes for transforming the skin with all of those concerns. One thing people ask me is, well, wait a second, can I not use this in the summertime? That is an industry misconception. There's actually even quite educated people who have heard this wives' tale for a long time, and then they've carried that forward. And Obagi will be the first to tell you, it's where I learned it in training, is that people a lot of times hear this because they say, oh, you can't use Retin-A and in the sun. That's true. Retin-A is not photostable. And so people think if they go in the sun with Retin-A, it's going to hurt them. It's actually opposite. It won't do anything at all because it stops working and it breaks down, which is why we use Retin-A at night, and that is year round. Even winter sun during the daytime would hurt retin-A. So using it in the summer is no different than using it in the winter. We just use it at night. So not using your Nuderm system or fighting getting that extra pigment during the summer is, again, same thing. The sun is like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and if we are not getting that exercise in during the summertime as well, we're going to see a lot more of that damage. Now, we don't recommend at Roseville Dermatology taking a break for safety issues. We think Obagi is absolutely 100% safe all the time. However, for efficacy, just to make sure the product is consistently being working and that you're not getting used to it, we do like people to take a break. Usually we recommend that January through April so that you're not in the sun as much and the sun is not as intense. And then if you're continuing to see those good results with good sunscreen habits, you can stay off of it, and then just like teeth whitening, go back on it when you see things start to come back up. So if you feel like the Obagi Nuderm system is right for you or right for a friend, please feel free to reach out, 916-784-7546, extension 102. You can leave a phone order for me, or if we need to do a consult, which is absolutely fine, I would love to see pictures, you can DM at product_guru, and I like to have 3 angles of mug shots. No smile, no flash, and no makeup, and just straightforward, and then side and side. Send those to me, and that way I can follow you. And make sure it's a well-lit room. So we've got buy 2 products, get the 3rd free, and then also on the full-size kit, we have 25% off the kit, plus the C clarifying serum for free. I look forward to speaking with you soon. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a wonderful day. Be happy, be healthy, be hopeful.